So today is Lotus Serum Mist. I've got about this much left, but I haven't been doing it AM and PM. I'm going to explain a little bit about Lotus Serum Mist with the functions and things. Oh my goodness, it looks like a lot of you suffer from migraines too. I'm so sorry. It's pretty bad, eh? I've also been talking to a Canadian friend, so if I use a lot during my video today, that's why. So Lotus Serum Mist is very hydrating. It's supposed to improve skin elasticity, and I have my notes again today. Reduce fine lines and brown spots, and a little bit of exfoliation, and soothes redness. So that is its functions. I've kind of been hoarding my Lotus Serum Mist, if you can't tell. Hi Gretchen! I use it as a refresher during my work day, and it is, as you can tell, it's wonderfully portable. So I don't worry about it leaking, I don't worry about it being glass, and so I use it during the workday, and because it soothes redness and I get all these like red stress bumps on my face during the day, I use it just even over makeup. I'll spritz it on and then just very lightly pat it in. Gretchen, my mom is doing well. She's loving her Dorian Gray full size. So she is quite well. She's just amazed at the power of full size, even though it's like the same thing, same product as in the samples. She's just in awe of full sizeness. This is, well, actually no, I got her vacuum cleaner cleansing oil for full size, but I didn't get this much reaction as with the Dorian Gray. So mom is very, very happy with her full size. And because I've been doing this for all my other videos, I just want to give you a little bit of historical and cultural background on lotus as an ingredient. Lotus as an ingredient has a very long symbolic history in Korea. It's been used in art, it's been used in medicine. So if you remember from my Pearl video, I referenced a medicinal book from the 1300s. Yes, the 1300s. During the Joseon dynasty. And what do you know, that book, sorry, I'm gonna take some dog hair out of my eye. What do you know, that book called the Dongi also has something about lotus, but unfortunately it doesn't have much about lotus skin as a skincare ingredient, more of ingestion. So we eat lotus root. It's a wonderful side dish. It's one of my favorites. And it's also been used as a tea. Hello, I think it's Sue in Singapore. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, the Dongi Bogam talks about the lotus being an energizer, and it's supposed to protect your internal organs. So there's that. Also, I really liked lotus ever since I started watching Korean dramas, and like especially if you see in historical dramas, they will always have this scene with the royal family drinking lotus tea. And it's really cool because they'll take a fresh white lotus. Red lotus is apparently toxic for you, which I didn't know until today, which is probably why we only use the pink lotus and the blue lotus in this. So anyway, they'll take a fresh white lotus. White lotus is the traditional one that we use, and they'll put it in this large bowl. They'll place this lotus that it hasn't bloomed yet, so it's a bud, I guess. And they'll pour some hot tea very carefully around it, and it blooms right in front of you. So every time I use Lotus Serum Mist, I'm like, I'm blooming. I am blooming. So there's that. So it's used as a side dish with the roots, and the leaves are used as tea, so there's a very long history associated with lotus in Korea. So I really like it every time I use it. Hi Kristen! It's my second to last video! Can you believe it? I can't believe it. It's really flown by. So anyway, I think of that every time I use Holy Lotus Mask, which is also my favorite, but also Lotus Serum Mist. I just like spritz it and I'm like, I'm blooming as a lotus, and hopefully all this redness will go away. Yes, if I will try to link a scene because it's really epic just watching the lotus petals just bloom up with the hot water and big up a tea, and it's very graceful and elegant and all the things I hope to be, but I'm not. So I am going to show you 2 ways of applying Lotus Serum Mist. I'm actually going to move my chair back a little bit, and my light is out, which is why the lighting is not so good today. I'll fix it before my last video tomorrow. So anyways, I'm going to move my chair back, so if I darken in tone a little bit, don't be surprised. I will show you 2 ways. And the first way I showed you during my video with Mom last week is the way that reminds me of Harry Potter, where they first learn how to use their wands, the flick and swish. So this is kind of the Lotus Serum Mist flick and swish, but it's circle and flick. So this is the more difficult of the applications. Not actually Lotus Serum Mist, but like the technique. So if you don't get it, that's totally okay. I have a lot of experience with misting, so this is why I use it. So it's called a circle and flick because you want to start by circling your face. And I'm going to close my eyes because I don't want Lotus Serum Mist in my eyes. You're going to do this and then just spritz it like so. So as you're finishing up your circle, it will kind of cover the areas. And after you spritz, Lotus Serum Mist is something that I just like to pat in. I don't really rub it in, especially because I'm used to it being used during the workday and over makeup. So I'm not going to do it again because I'm only going to spritz twice with it. But again, you want to have your finger on the little trigger bit and close your eyes and just do the circular motion and then press down and you should be sit. So to give you a side view, it should be about like 10 to 12 inches away from your face. Otherwise, if you do it closer, then you're really, it's going to be concentrated in one spot. So there's that. The other way, which is a lot easier, I think, especially if you're a mist newbie, which is okay, is, I'm going to actually spritz it on my face and show you. You want to hold your arm out very straight, what do you call this, perpendicular from you, and oh, that's so difficult to show, and then make a 90-degree angle, so you can see where it is, and you're going to angle it down ever so slightly, and then close your eyes and spritz it, and that angle seems to get all of your face. So it kind of angles down and sprays you very evenly and nicely, and that 90 degrees is about, you know, that 10 to 12 really ideal distance from your face. So if you have any questions on any of the techniques, 2 techniques, let me know, but that's what I found really effective with any type of misting. So the angle approach is really, really easy to do. Again, I'm going to explain it. Just hold your arm out perpendicular to you and then make a 90-degree angle like this, and then just spritzing just down. Natalie asked about spritzing into your hand and then applying. You know, I think you could do that. But for me, I really like Lotus Serum Mist because I can just pat it in over my makeup. So I'm assuming if I put it onto my palms, I'm gonna need to like rub it in a little more. So that's why I end up spritzing it directly on my face. I've got like this dog here that's bugging me. Oh, such is the hazard of having dogs. So that's usually why I spritz it, and then from that angle, you're getting most of your face, especially your forehead area and your high bone cheeks. So I just pat it in over my makeup, and it doesn't mess up any of my makeup. So that's why I really like using it as a refresher during the day. Let's see, I think I've gotten most of my notes. So yes, it definitely soothes the redness. I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a red spot on my neck because I don't take really good care of my neck skin, which again has changed since yesterday. And Kristen says, maybe we need a gallon with a spritz attachment for Lotus Serum Mist. You know, I thought of those like wine purses that they sell, and I kind of want that with like Lotus Serum Mist. Just have like a purse and just keep spritzing it like a camel in the desert. I need my Lotus. So I've really, as you can tell, I've really been hoarding it, but I've been using it almost every day at work for the 5 weeks. I still have this much left, so just those 1 or 2 spritzes really works well for me. It's a wine spritzer, Adeline, you are so correct, but it's going to be like a Lotus Serum Mist spritzer, and that is the best spritzer of all. Maybe you need 2 purses, so like one side has your Lotus Serum Mist, you're spritzing your face, and the other side has wine spritzer. So Madeline says, I've been very careful. I have. I've been hoarding it. It's one of my favorites. Like, okay, that's a lie. All the spring box things are my favorite. So it's gonna be really tough tomorrow, trying to narrow it down. Because tomorrow, during my very last spring box live video, I'm gonna try to narrow it down to, excuse me, which products I'm gonna splurge and buy as full size. Oh my goodness. Adeline's talking about Sabbatical Beauty parties and everyone passes around the Lotus Mist spritzer. I mean, that could be a game. Like, if you win the game, you get the Lotus Mist spritzer, right? Because it's not a punishment thing. So, do you guys have any questions? I'm gonna leave about a minute in for questions about Lotus Serum Mist or any of the techniques or any of the history behind it. And again, I'm gonna get this light fixed. It's like flickering, so that's why I didn't turn it on today. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow for my last live. I'm gonna leave you guys a little early today. Like I said, I'm gonna practice active self-care. I could power through the next 15 minutes, but I want to be a good role model too. So definitely self-care for yourself. And afterwards, since I've done my Lotus Serum Mist, I'm going to follow it up today with Dorian Gray and Blush Beauty Oil and Donkey Milk Gel. So you can back. Oh, we do have one last question. Have you tried refrigerating it? Will it still spray? I assume so, because the only things I would suggest not putting in the fridge is the more oily items, and this one doesn't really have oil in it. It's very much the lotus extracts, so Kristen says she keeps it in the fridge and it works fine cold. So I would imagine it'd be super refreshing in the summer. So guys, I will see you all tomorrow for my last live. I hope you all have a wonderful Thursday night. It is Friday tomorrow and I actually have the day off, so I'm gonna sleep it off. Well, I'm gonna make my Taiwanese rice rolls now and then I'm gonna sleep it off. So I'm excited. I'm gonna go eat some good things. Thanks for joining in for a short live today. I will see you all tomorrow. Have an awesome night. Bye guys.